Good evening, friends. Welcome to a live stream back in California. Excited to be with all my people. Hopefully, everything is going well for each and every one of you. And excited to chat. Just looking around real quick to make sure everything's working. I don't know that it is. Something feels kind of off. All right, sound is good. Shoshana the sound man, sound person, told me I'm good to go. All right, let's jump in. So, no big podcast format tonight. Just was excited to get back, talk to you guys, kind of recap some of the things that we've gotten into the last couple of weeks. It's been wild. Like I was at Disneyland yesterday for the first time in about a month and a half, just because of life situations and different things that happen. So, wanted to recap on some of the things we've gotten into, and then also kind of give you guys some updates with the channels and what I'm working on and where I see things going. So feels good to be back. If you're watching this on delay, there will be some conversation and some channel updates and some recapping of things like Epic Universe, as well as the videos that I filmed in Canada, Western New York, talking more about going back to there. And then also giving a little bit of updates on some things that are going to happen differently with live streaming, as well as like kind of a little bit of an announcement about the main channel as I'm kind of easing in to my, now 2.5 months into doing this full time and had a lot of different curveballs thrown at me with life. So just trying to find my rhythm and always trying to find the perfect balance. So I feel like I get closer and closer every week. All right, let me say hi to some folks. Cat is a no-show right now, but you can see his fold-down bed is propped up. So if Cat shows up, we'll be excited to have him join us. But let me tell you, his demands are great. His attitude is high, and we're lucky to be graced by his presence if and when he shows up. Yes, Rich, it does feel like I'm missing my co-host, but we'll see if he shows up. I thought I maybe heard him at the door. I'll tell you what makes him show up. If I was in here recording a voiceover where I can't have any background noise, then he has to be in here. So maybe I should rip an ad and see if he shows up, because it's kind of like Beetlejuice how he shows up. Okay. So as many of you know, been a little bit weird with things. James Brown, thank you so much. That's loud. I gotta fix that. That's like way too loud. James Brown, if you buy one pin, you have bought them all. Mind blown. James is giving away the video that will go out tomorrow for everybody on the vlog. It was my first video back at Disneyland. It's already up for members, so thank you to all my Magic Brickey members for supporting everything. And James Brown is kind of giving away the epiphany that I had when I was in Epcot. But if you're not a member, don't let that stop you from watching the video, because it was a really, really fun first video to shoot on my way back. I had a lot of fun, and I wanted to just get back into filming in Disneyland and just do a video that was completely ridiculous, completely like something that I had thought about and wanted to do. So hopefully you had fun watching that one, James. And by all means, thank you so much for the support. I appreciate you. I can't really throw names at the wall or erase the wall because I'm in the middle of working on a video and I can't lose my notes. So I appreciate the support, but I'll do this. I'll do hand post-it notes so that I can thank everybody at the end of the night. That is, where'd my trusty Sharpie go? 1 second. Still trying to get my office kind of put back together. It's been a whirlwind of a year. There it is. It has been a whirlwind of a year. James Brown. Thanks, brother. Appreciate it, boss. Yeah, so those stickies, 4, 5, and 6 that you see, these are here. These are run times and scenes. These are run times and scenes that I'm working on. And then A through H, those are all different topics in the next Hey Brickey video. And you can see how some topics have like 2 sections to it, some have 3. I write so when I write a video, I do a ton of research, and then I take that research and I put it into what I refer to as buckets. So each one of those letters represents a bucket. And so the bucket has like ideas in it, and I do them on post-it notes because I keep mixing the order of the story that I want to tell the story in. The one that I think, you know, starts out kind of the strongest and then gets into the contextual things you need and just keeps building and building and building and building and building. So people watch longer and longer and longer and longer. And it takes a lot of time, but we'll talk about the main channel a little bit, but that's some mind mapping that you see over there. All right. Vance, thank you so much for becoming a Mark Hopper. Appreciate that, brother. Hope you enjoyed the preview of tomorrow's video. So let's do this. Brickey pins, they're coming. They're coming. Let me catch up with the chat here. Uncle Larry's doing well. He and Beth are taking a walk right now around the block, which is nice of them to get out there, stretch your legs. We've been having to walk Larry late at night because, as you know, it's been crazy hot already. Okay, so everything kind of got derailed. I went out to the Magic Kingdom, had a really, really good time. I think I've already reported on that, how many construction walls were there. I did all of that, and then we went into the Epic Universe week, and then sadly I had to disappear due to a loss in the family. So Epic Universe was absolutely epic, lives up to the name. Happy to talk about that if you guys want. But what's been interesting since I've been there is it definitely is allowing me to see some of Disney's future moves a lot differently. It gives me a very different grip on where Universal's at in the theme park game. I'm not going to call it the theme park wars, but the theme park game. And I've talked to a lot of my friends that work at Disney, and many of them have also been to Epic as well. And so we've had some really interesting conversations about the things where they, kind of raise the bar, and then some things that we were just like, what do you think that was about? Like the pieces of the puzzle that don't make sense. So that was a really, really good time. Love doing that. Definitely will be making that a part of my Orlando trips. I keep thinking about Monsters Unchained and how bad I want to ride it. And I keep thinking about how genius it was for them to oversize the animatronics. Let's see here. Shoshana says, do you think that Epic is doing more impressive things than Disney? I mean, it's hard to say. I mean, it's a little bit tricky to say is if Epic's doing more impressive things than if Universal's doing more impressive things than Disney. If we look at the recent thing that we've seen them do at Disneyland, I think a lot of people would say Avengers Campus was a pretty big strikeout. And maybe it was wrong of them to rush that as a half land. Because when you look at Avengers Campus compared to any of the four portals, even the worst one, Super Nintendo World, it definitely falls short. And I'm trying to think, has there been another big land or big expansion in the Disney parks? Because it's really been, since the pandemic, it's been Avengers Campus. There was the, overlay and redesigning of Splash Mountain to Tiana's Bayou Adventure. You can't really put that against, brand new attractions that had a clean slate for growth. So I don't know. I think Shoshana, to answer your question as honestly as possible, I think Piston Peak is already out of the gate. See what I did there? I feel like the Monstropolis is already out of the gate. I feel like the first real thing we'll be able to see as a reaction of Disney to Universal will be the Villains Land. I feel like that's the one that's the most abstract right now. That's not totally formed. But if you watch like Jack over at DSMY, or even Braden over at Mickey Views, those guys are looking at, floor plans, or not floor plans, but water table plans and where the buildings all go. So that one's pretty far along. So, I don't know when we'll see the response, but as of right now, I would definitely put Universal in first place, and that their newest offerings have been the most impressive offerings. Because like the last big thing that Disney did I guess would be considered Rise of the Resistance and the Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. And Star Wars Galaxy's Edge is awesome. I love it. I really do. I love it. It's maybe my favorite Disneyland, but I don't think that it beats some of the things that they were able to do at Epic Universe. So I would say right now, yeah, Universal's in first place if you look at it that way. Let's see here. Welcome home, Brickey. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Feels great to be home. Had a very rough travel day on Monday. Spent Tuesday writing and working on everything. And then I was at the park yesterday and shot all day at the park yesterday. And man, oh man, was it hot? Was it crowded? And was it a great time? I had so much fun yesterday. I'll explain why a little bit later on. Okay, here's another one from Shoshana. Overall, with Epic, do you feel more quality, more concern about the guests as opposed to how we're being treated by Disney? I do know that the Universal team members were all really, really superb and very nice to me on the interactions that I had. And let me turn the microphone up then. Turn my headphones down. But I don't know. I mean, you could look at that in lots of different ways, because the one place where I would say Epic is kind of failing, and it's a double-edged sword, this topic. Epic is failing right now because it doesn't have enough attractions. And it's failing because when one attraction goes down, like when I was there, the water ride in Isle of Berk was closed. So if they only have 11 rides, that takes them down to 10. Harry Potter might as well not even be there because it's at 300 minutes. So that's going to go ahead and eat up a majority of your day. So now you're down to like 9 that are absolutely, realistic. So they're failing their guests in that it's really expensive to go there. Their skip the line ticket costs more than the ticket, which I think is smart because you shouldn't sell so many of those that it becomes the standard. But it's really hard to go there and kind of do everything you need to do. Now, in their defense, it's a brand new park, and you can't always open up a brand new park with 20 something attractions. So it's kind of hard to say where they're at with their overall guest experience. Because Disneyland, in particular, the Disneyland Resort, is just slammed. There's so many people there, but there's also so much to do. So yeah, it's definitely interesting. But I'll say this: there is a different kind of vibe in Universal. But it also doesn't have the Disney magic. And the Disney magic is that, for me personally, a person of my age, even though I don't watch all the movies, I do understand the idea of the Disney castle. I do understand the sentimental value of Main Street, USA. Like, Frontierland does make me think about being a little boy. Adventureland does have sort of romance to it. New Orleans Square is just like absolutely perfect. I grew up watching Star Wars with my mom. Absolutely love the original movies. So there's like so much emotion inside of Disneyland, and the way that it's designed, it's so poetic and so perfect. So Universal's like a really nice mall. You know what I mean? It's not the same thing, but they're trying to get there. So it's definitely a different vibe when I go there, and I enjoy the different vibe. I don't expect everything to be the same. So I don't know. I'm finding love in my heart for both. I'll tell you that much. I didn't really eat any food at Universal, so I can't really rank like when I shot those land videos, I'm here to tell you that I literally went to the Starbucks, drank a coffee, got a sandwich, and then I went all day long. I think I stopped at that their main restaurant, the Atlantic, and I had a sandwich, and then for the rest of the day, it was just literally like trash food. And when I got back to my friend Eric's house where I was staying, I was so damn hungry because I didn't have time to eat any food. Joshua Lee, thank you for becoming a member. I appreciate that, bud. And so does my little happy dinosaur friend. Jeff passing through says, I'm going to Disneyland Paris in May and I can't wait. I'm so excited for you to go to Disneyland Paris. Absolutely loved it. I cannot wait to go back to Disneyland Paris. Oga's Cantina refresh has been going well in Batu West. They didn't really do that much to it. from what I saw, they deleted a couple of things that Rex was saying because it contradicts where the current timeline is, but they didn't add any new lines because, Paul's no longer with us. And then they removed a couple of like job postings from the little message board. But I think that's kind of all they did, other than some utility work or drainage work. So anybody who was expecting Ogas to have some sort of big beacon for the new timeline, if it's showing up, it's not there. Sunday, make sure you watch my Disneyland update video because we're already seeing the first like major rehab and the Galaxy's Edge happen where, it's the first location that's getting completely rebooted. So it'll be exciting to see how that goes. Dana says it correctly. Disney has nostalgia, and I definitely feel the nostalgia when I'm there for sure. Come to Tokyo November. You're going to Tokyo now. I want to go to Japan, but I got to hit 100,000 first. Okay, so one of the things too that we did since I was on our break is I shot some videos. I've never been to the Knott's Berry Farm. I've never been. I'm holding on to that one. To give you like a very brief synopsis, I'm a very obsessive person. I have to be careful what I introduce in my life because once I do something, I get obsessed with it. Had never been to a Universal Park. Now I've been there several times. Been to Epic. I've made several videos about it. Think about it constantly, studying it against Disneyland. So I know once I go to Knott's, I will love it. But I'm a weird person in that I like to have new things to discover. So where a lot of people like to rush and do it all and experience everything, I like to find something, hold on to it, really learn how to love it and learn everything I can about it. And then my brain lets me move on to the next thing. And so since Knott's is nearby the house, and I know that it has a long history. It's been here before Disneyland, and Walter Knott's did a lot of interesting things in amusement entertainment. And I'm just like, you know what? I bet it's awesome. And I'm just going to wait. I'm going to wait till I need the space in my life. So I know that doesn't make sense, but we're all different. 100,000 on the main channel. If we wait till I hit 100,000 on this channel, we will not be going to Japan. I have not been to Efteling in the Netherlands, but I'd like to go. It's funny when you go to Europe, it's like, you should do this, you should do this. I'm like, motherfucker, I've only got so many days and so much money. So I went to Tivoli Gardens, absolutely loved it. We'll definitely be going back to Europe, not anytime soon, as we can see how airline prices and everything are getting crazy, but I definitely want to go back and check out more of them. All right, so moving on to another topic. I did some videos when I was in upstate New York. 4 videos. One about City Hall, one about the Albright Knox, where Beth and I got engaged, their art museum, one about the 1901 Pan American Exposition, and then another one about the abandoned psych ward there that got turned into sort of a fancy hotel. So those 4 videos came out of the gate pretty soft. So if you watched them, I appreciated it. Because I literally thought with how well the channel was going that the bottom for the channel was a lot higher than what it was. So it was a little bit of a wake-up call on what I can actually do with the channel. And so those videos are an interesting experiment because I didn't make them videos about Buffalo. I made those the type of videos that I do about theme parks, where I go into places and I kind of do what I would refer to as a design mystery. Like I kind of go in some place, break down how it's designed, and kind of work around why it's designed that way. It's just something that I organically really enjoy doing. And so the idea was, well, I got to be in New York, and I want to be in New York with my family, but I also need to get back to work. And so I did those 4 videos, and what it really, really proved to me is the channel is not ready to travel because, and I'm just giving it to you honest, those are not profitable videos at all. Like a person of my life, at my age in life and what I do, just being honest with you, I can't get by on videos that maybe make $30. Now, I'm not saying feel sorry for me. I'm the one who decided to do this, But I just tell you this as my friends, that when you're like, you should go here and you should do this, I'm telling you, I have to be very careful on where I go and what I do, because if I choose wrong, there's only so much runway and then we're out of business. We're not doing this anymore. So the 4 videos in New York were really, really interesting. I had a ton of fun filming them. And my idea of being able to sort of do what I do in the theme parks and other locations so far, this is the important part, so far would be classified probably as an experimental failure. But here's what we don't know yet. I didn't package any of those videos as Disney videos because I know that Disney people only want to watch Disney content. But the point of this channel is to allow me to grow as a creative and to get to do lots of different things, because I don't always want to be in the pocket of a major corporation. So I packaged those videos not as Buffalo tourism videos and not as Disney videos. I packaged those as videos for people that might be curious about art, architecture, sort of urban mysteries, urban exploration. And what we will learn about those videos is how do they look 3 or 4 months from now? Because the thing that makes those videos successful is they have a long watch time. A lot of people make it through the first 30 seconds. The ratings are very positive, but it's a genre that I don't do. And so because many people... Oh, boy. Thank you, Mickey. Thank you, Elizabeth. Because many people, they don't see Disney and they skip, it makes videos come out of the gate much, much slower. So if I want to be able to expand what I do, I obviously have to take chances. This chance was maybe a little premature, but I was in a situation where I had to make some sort of move, and this is the move that I made. So it'll be interesting to see if the algorithm can find an audience for those videos, because right now YouTube believes they are good videos. It just needs to find people that are willing to click on them. But I bring all of this to you because A, I'm incredibly transparent about everything I do, and B, I just want to stop the bleeding on you should go here and you should do this, because I can only do so much. And what was interesting is when I went to Canada, there was the availability to do some Disney content. I went to where Walt stayed. I went to where Walt and Roy had a meeting, and I went to a location where there's a Disney attraction. Didn't really move the needle. But what did move the needle was the Clifton Hill video. And why? Because that's me in a space that feels like a theme park. So right now, I am pretty much tethered to being inside of theme parks to be able to find some sort of success, because the Fort Erie video I did the next day was a blast, had a great time doing it, sunk like a rock, and probably will stay at the bottom. And I want to explain something to you. Just because a video performs poorly doesn't mean that I didn't enjoy doing it. Like, I have fun doing all these things, and it doesn't mean I don't want to do it again. But what it does mean is that I'm an adult and I have to make decisions like an adult so that I can support my family. So currently right now, what this trip showed to me or proved to me is that I am stuck inside of theme park world. And that's okay. There'll be moments in my life where I'll have to take a step out. And if I do Southern California, I get a little bit more flexibility because more of my audience understands Southern California. Hidden Geek Village, I'll get to you in 1 second. Thank you very much. But it definitely changes the outlook on things that I'm doing. And, you know, with the way that pricing's going, with the way that economies are going, and the way that there's probably a recession, it definitely makes me kind of figure out what I'm going to do a little bit more strict when all of those videos, you know, other than the Clifton Hill one, didn't perform at a level that really, you know, meets the goals. So just wanted to be transparent. Just wanted to share that with you. And, you know, at some point, I will hopefully be able to go on the road and, you know, kind of explore cities and stuff the same way that I do theme parks. Just doesn't seem like I'm there right now. No big deal. All right. Hidden Geek Village, Epic Universe, the future of theming. Why or why not? I personally loved it and would like to see more, but I see the value in both. Epic Universe, the future of theming. Why or why not? I don't really understand the question. I appreciate the support. I think that a video that I'm definitely going to be working on, and I won't give you my conclusion now, but is the single IP intellectual property land, is that everything moving forward, or is it a phase? and I have some thoughts about that. But I think Epic Universe, like, obviously them betting so hard on theming works out well for the consumer because it makes Disney up their ante. It makes other theme parks think about it. It makes standalone experiences like Netflix House and other people that are getting into these sort of like entertainment spaces. It makes everybody think this is the standard. You got to go harder. So really Universal putting in the extra hours and trying to gobble up some of the Disney market share as Disney's looking a little bit weak right now. It's only good for us. All right, so let me back up. I said a lot of stuff. I want to see if anybody's talking about it. Mark Stevens says your videos in Buffalo were terrific. Love the history and learning new things in that area. Hope you consider doing more in places in California when you go back out east. Yeah, I mean, it'll all kind of just be like what fits into the schedule and what works, but definitely appreciate that. Jardone, thank you so much. I'll get to you in 1 second, bud. The hotel was wild, says one person. That hotel is kind of crazy. Jesse said the Niagara Falls attractions in Canada made me want to go there now. It's a wild place. You should definitely go there once. I don't know if you need to go there a lot, but you got to go there. Jay Harris says I liked them. The AKG one was great. I appreciate it. Like I just thought I would explain to everybody like kind of how it went, what I was going for, how it worked. Here we go. Here's an honest win. I struggled with the City Hall video. The others I really enjoyed. I don't have a frame of reference for the city. Yeah, and I get it. You know, it's kind of like you're trying to get somebody to click on something that they don't care about. So it literally becomes, do they care or do they have trust in the creator, you know? You know, when you can go into Disneyland and eat a cheeseburger and get, 15,000 views, and then you put up a well thought out written video that you spend time editing on and it can't barely get to 1,200, you just kind of got to make some decisions there. JTKL, we're with you. We roll deep, but understand you need to do what you need to do. Yeah, it's just kind of just sharing with you guys like how things work and where I go. Your last one at the fort gave me the Adam the Woo vibes, but a fully a Brickey video. Yeah, it was fun. It was just exploration, you know. You don't have to say sorry about the videos, Richo. I appreciate it. I mean, you support me big time. You don't have to. I appreciate you saying sorry, but it's not sharing this as a feel sorry for me a moment. It's a sharing with you where we're at moment to be transparent. So when people are like, oh, you should go do this, I'm like, well, should I though? Should I though? Let's see here. Jay Harris Perixida says, out of curiosity, if you're comfortable sharing, how do ones like Solvang that are more semi-local do? Well, the Solvang one was different because that was coming right out of the holidays. More people were watching. And there was also an enormous amount of curiosity after we lost Adam. Like people were watching all kinds of videos, trying to see how it affected people. There was a human curiosity there. So basically like from December 22nd to like the first week in January, all of those numbers have to be thrown out the window because there was an unusual circumstance that was happening in the ecosystem there. Okay, so let's see here. JS or Doan. It would be interesting seeing those videos repackaged in a slightly different way to bridge expectations gap for people curious about the subject matter, but are anchored in the Disney content. Yeah, I mean, I've tried before taking videos like that and packaging them for the Disney crowd. And what you get is a little spike out of the gate, and then you get something that makes no sense to anybody else. So those videos were packaged for the long haul. Whether they get there or not, who knows? But we'll see. It's all a fun experiment. Bucket Foot Baseball, thank you so much. I can't say that I love the recency. Here's somebody who didn't like them. I can't say that I love the recent videos, but I'm still going to watch and give everything a chance as I enjoyed other non-Disney videos you've done. See, there's somebody who did not like them. And now people are talking about Josh tomorrow. So we will move on. Actually, yesterday was the official day of the transfer. And I was at the park yesterday and I saw I saw Tommy Mazzola or whatever his name is, Tommy Maztastic, who is the new dude who's running it. The guy who has Josh's old job. I saw him yesterday. So Jay Harris says, gotcha. So if you have to travel someplace like you did, better to make low performing video or take a break? Well, I can't afford to take a break. It's better to figure out what I can do. Because if I take a break, it's like calling in sick, but there's no payday there. So need to figure out how to work around it and get it going. But I just wanted to kind of give you guys an idea of, you do a little something and people request more of it, but you have to kind of be like, what can you do? Anyways, just wanted to share. Don't need to ponder on it all night. Dally said, the only video I didn't enjoy was the Spice Dealer one, but I understand the art form as I watched it. Talking about Drape over on the other channel. Hilarious. Yes, there is no personal time off in this biz. You got to keep going. So that is kind of the report from those videos and where we will get going, and we'll see what else we have to do. So one of the other things I wanted to talk to you about, James Brown says, main channel still going to be one video per week or changing with your new full-time focus? No, let's talk about the main channel. So here's where everything gets confusing, right? Main channel takes time. And the reason why I did those travel videos, for those of you who don't know, is that my father-in-law passed away and I had to be up in New York with my family. And I can't do the main channel if I'm on the road because it requires so much of my resources. It's not a road-friendly thing. So main channel will be getting a video on it very, very soon. It just takes time to make those videos. And I thought I was going to be able to get one out this Saturday. I don't know if I'm going to have to push it off a week because the opportunity popped up. But the goal is to still get a video out every Saturday on the main channel. However, I do want to start making those videos a little bit better. So some Saturdays I might miss. But the main channel still is the main channel. And even though I haven't posted over there, it's because of like extraordinary life circumstances. Like I've literally been doing everything this year with one hand tied behind my back because my personal life has been absolutely fucking crazy. So I've been doing the best that I could do with all these circumstances that are well out of my control. And I don't really ever talk about it in the videos. I don't like dump my emotions on you, and I don't believe in manipulating the audience to feel sorry for you. Like even talking about how the videos performed poorly last week, it's about out of like, hey, this is an experiment that I did. So far, it's a little bit soft. It could take off though. Those videos could find legs, because really what I'm looking at is once I can figure out what people want from me as sort of a travel vlogger, like once I can find the success that I have in the parks, out of the parks, the world's my oyster and there's no stopping me. So I got to figure that out. But I also like to be honest with my audience and just be like, I try some things. I'll tell you when I'll brag. I'll be the first one to brag when I do something that's a huge success. I'll be the first one to tell you when I do something that's not successful. You know, there's people in here tonight be like, I didn't like those videos, and it doesn't bother me. I get it. You're not going to make everybody happy every time, nor would I ever try to. Only a fool would try to make everybody happy all the time. And I take lots of creative risks, lots of creative gambles, always studying the numbers to try to figure out where we can go next, because I will be successful at this. I have no other choice. So there's people that have been like, what's up with you, bud? Where you been at? And it's like, I'm not going to get in there and answer every comment. But for those that know, there's been a big delay in things because of life. All right, so let's see. So, moving over to other things, knots won't fail. Amazing. Well, that's another thing I got in my back pocket. I'm not beating myself up. I don't understand, John. I don't understand when you're honest with people and say I tried something and it didn't work. I don't understand how that's beating yourself up. I cannot, like, this is why I don't like being honest with people, because people, like, they pity you, or they feel like that you think less of yourself. And I'm just a very honest person. I'm a very hardworking person, and I'm a very honest person. And I do not mind telling people when things don't work. And it doesn't break my heart. It doesn't, kill me. Like, I get up and I keep going. It's just like, this is a creative journey that I'm on. Maybe I'm at the point now where I can't take my audience on that creative journey anymore, but I'm not beating myself up. Like, I was in a bad situation. I did the best that I could, which is amazing. Like, a lot of people were just giving up. I did the best that I could, and I made a very strategical, I made a decision for a long-term outcome. Like, I told you those videos didn't perform well so far, but I told you YouTube thinks they're good videos, and they have a chance to. But I'm not beating myself up. Like, that's not something that I do. I am very, very proud of the work that I do. I'm very proud of my talents, very proud of all the different things that I do. I have immense pride in what I do, but sometimes it just doesn't always work for the algorithm, for the audience, but it will get there. So I hate when people say anything that feels like I'm pitying myself, because I'm the furthest thing from somebody who pities themselves. It's just not in me to do that. But unfortunately, I like to share my creative journey, and maybe I shouldn't do that because not everybody can understand that. I mean, everything, like, just because you love something doesn't mean the world's going to love something. So what you try to do is you try to create an overlap of, did I have fun doing it? Like, the first thing you do is this. Did I have fun doing it? That's what really, really, really matters. I had fun doing it. Now, did people watch it? If people watched it and they had fun doing it, here's me having fun. Here's you watching it. And if you had fun, the space in the middle is where we're trying to go. So what you're always trying to do is get right in that butthole right there. That's my whole career, is trying to get right there. And somebody who pities themselves would just not even try. When you pity yourself, it looks like this. And that is not a pity yourself is like, well, nobody cares. Nobody cares about what I'm doing. They're all over here. What the fuck? I'm the worst weatherman. Nobody cares. I'm over here feeling sorry for myself. And the party's over here and I'm over here. And that's just not what I do. So I'm not, the person that said that, I am not bummed out at you. It's just a sentiment that I hear sometimes. And as it popped up, I just wanted to address it. Why are we talking about me? I don't plan on ever going to 21 Royal. Like, if somebody's like, hey man, I got an extra ticket to 21 Royal, you want to go? I'm like, yeah, I'll go with you. But I'm not interested in spending $1,200 on a meal. Not at all. Thanks, JT Kell. That guy was annoying me. Yeah, man, you're absolutely right, Gene. The creative journey is always worth it. And I'm just somebody who, like, I feel like if you're watching the videos and you're going on the journey with me, you're probably curious about the journey and how I think the journey is going. Like, I start out all the videos calling my audience my friends, because that's literally who I feel like is on the other side of this camera. Actually, let's just go ahead and just get them out of here. They're just here to start trouble. A Venn diagram that's a butthole. We are so back. Welcome back, Mark. Thanks, CK Murray. Love you, bud. Michael says, how could you not enjoy watching to see if you're not going to fall down the hill? I had a moment where I'm like, this ground is so soggy and there's like nobody around here. Like if I fall off this hill, like, I mean, it wouldn't be the worst thing in the world, but it's like, will I break my camera? Will I twist my leg? Will I get muddy? I hate being muddy. Yeah. So I'm glad that there was the adventure there. So talking about other things, I don't know if there will be a channel on the main channel this Saturday because the one that I'm doing is ambitious and I'm trying to find the sort of perfect blend on things. But there will definitely be one next week because I kind of have this mindset in life. It's like better to skip than to get behind because once you get behind, you never catch up. And so I was really, really hoping to get something up this Saturday, but I would rather take my time and start going in more of a documentary type situation over on that channel. So one of the things I'm going to start doing on this channel is more live streams. Not a ton more live streams, but I'm going to be on a rhythm of going live on this channel probably about like every 4 or 5 days. It will work really well with my new production schedule that I'm working on. And what I'm not going to be doing anymore is like the every Tuesday at 6 o'clock. I have a lot of fun going live on different nights because it gives different people the availability to jump in on one of the live streams. And so I'm just telling you right now that the live stream schedule is going to be a little bit more, not a ton more, and it's going to be a little bit more randomized so more people can be on board. But the one thing that I will always do is as soon as I know which day it is, I'll let you know. So for example, the next live stream will be on our usual Tuesday. And then on Tuesday, I will tell you when the next one is. But like for me this week, I wanted to let all of the Buffalo stuff air in succession. Then I wanted all the Toronto stuff, the Canada stuff to air. And then I wanted to show up, say hi, kick off the next set of videos that I did, pop up, say hi, and then kick off the next set of videos. It just works really, really well with my production phase. Because one of the things that I realized is that for me personally, going out and filming my day and then coming home and editing it and then trying to be with my family and then think about where I'm going the next day, I'm capable of doing it and I can do it. It's just a little bit difficult because as you all know, I use a real camera. I use real editing software. I partially write out even my vlogs. There's a lot of production that goes into my videos. So what I was toying with, and it's been a real success, is going out and just having filming days where in one day, all I have to do is hang out with you. And we just go from video to video, location to location, place to place. And I put all of that energy in that one day. So while I'm filming, all I'm thinking about is telling the best story possible. There's no like, if I get this done by 1 o'clock, get home by 2 o'clock, eat lunch, take Larry for a walk, start editing at 3. I can maybe get it done by 7, watch TV with Beth for an hour and a half, then go back in my office and start writing where I'm going tomorrow. Oh, what I'm doing tomorrow is in LA. So I got to get up at 5 to get on the road by 6 to get there by 7:30. So what helps me out is like I was at Disneyland all day yesterday filming. And so doing a live stream tonight, it's not only the end of like the Buffalo and the Canada video, so it's kind of a reboot, but I have a little bit of a magic hangover. I had so much fun yesterday that I'm a little bit slow today. So the perfect way to make today a fun day is I already got tomorrow's video edited for members and was able to have a little bit of a looser day and hang out, do a live. Feels really, really fun. So I'm just going to kind of mix that up a little bit as I'm still trying to find the perfect blend on things. So, maybe again, too much information, but I like to share. Smudge is there, as well as, check it out. Look who's a pin trader. That's right. The live stream outside of Pop Century was really, really fun. And that was that kind of that same strategy of like, this is what I'm doing tonight. So I'm glad you had fun doing that. Pandora says, I love that you worry about the camera first. Hey, man. I love my camera and I love my job. And like, I always, like, I make this joke in videos, like, if you rob me, just give me my SD card. Like, if somebody came up to me and stole my camera, I'd be bummed out. But I would literally be like, dude, all right, you got a gun, so you can have my camera. But can I just please have the SD card? Because it's useless to you, but I really don't want to have to go back and film what I just did. Like, just let me have my work and you can take my equipment. Oh, would you like to see tonight's pin? This is the 6th pin in my collection. And in case you don't know, I now own every single Disney pin. I bought them all yesterday. Video you can watch. And this is my pin. This is a Toys for Tots pin. This is a Toys for Tots pin. Helping Children Dream. With Mickey on there. It says Toys for Tots. And then on the back, what does it say on the back? On the back it says December 2006. Will that pick that up or is it too shiny? Yeah, it's not going to pick it up. It's way too shiny. No, it's not going to do it. No. Now everything looks perfect. Yes. And when I said I bought every pin, I wasn't lying. I even bought pins from the past. So in case you didn't know, your pins are my pins. Yeah, streaming live at Pop after midnight, it did seem like I was the only person there. But what you didn't see is I kept looking where, like, every time we made a turn at Pop, it was like because somebody was coming. So I try to do a good job of making it feel like there's nobody around. Please, no pin convention videos. Let me tell you, I don't need to go to a pin convention. I am a pin convention. And you will see that when you watch the video. Oh, Shoshana, we're already on the same page with that little song. Pandora says pins are addictive. Now when you own them all, brother. All right, so with our last 10 minutes we have here, CKB, nice try. My pins are my pins. I've sacrificed a lot of money to have them all collect us. You don't know this yet, CK, but your pins actually belong to me, and my pins belong to you. But you'll just have to watch tomorrow's video to understand what I've discovered with the pin game. Dude, my pin, me at the pin table. My fellow brothers and sisters in the pin trade were like, what the F is happening with this guy? Rick says, or Rocky says, say you're Gen X without saying you're Gen X. Your pins are my pins. Just give me my SD card. Oh. That's right, Jeff passing through. I finally broke Big Pin. That's right. Who cares? If last week's videos didn't do well, who cares? I'm getting ready to bring down Big Pin. And do you know what that's going to mean when I bring down Big Pin? Like, the thing that's going to probably get me trespassed from Disney is going to be like, dude, you let out the secret. you cannot come here anymore. Big Pen is after me, guys. If anybody steals my camera, it's going to be a Big Pen, and they will take the SD card. Donna says, would love to see you and your wife on a Disney cruise. I know she'd probably hate it, but I think it would be informative and entertaining. Yeah, I don't know, man. Like, I don't know yet. I don't know if the channel's there financially because Disney cruise is pretty expensive. Don't really know. Like, because if I did cruise videos, I'd make videos about the design of the boat and how it, like, was designed to... Well, I don't want to give away my outline that I wrote, but... I don't know. Drain the swamp. Oh, see, cheer, mommy. How you doing, bud? My husband has spent far too much on those damn pieces of metal. I think we have minimum 500 pens, and that does not include duplicates. Well, I appreciate you and your husband taking care of 500 of my pens, and even our duplicates. So I appreciate you guys taking care of the fleet. Jesse says, fun fact, you can make payments on them. Yeah, I don't know if I want to get into payments on a cruise. We'll see when we get there. Maybe it'll be a stretch goal for this channel, like maybe at 50,000, do a cruise. Like I'll just say this last little week was kind of an eye opener of like where the limits are on things. So we'll see where we go. I'm not saying no to doing a cruise. I'm just saying I don't know financially if it's the right thing right now. I mean, also you got to keep in mind, like, you guys are wanting me going to Disney cruise, which is thousands of dollars. I just bought every single pen yesterday at Disneyland. So the old bank account is looking pretty rough right now after such a significant investment. Richo, just the thought of this. Do you have any concerns or rule changes for videotaping in the park due to swatting calls? So the live streamer thing... Pen money over Starbucks money, Michael. Luckily, I'm rich and I can afford both. Star Wars Mike, coffee on me. Appreciate you, bud. Okay, so the swatting thing is kind of wild because the guy who did the swatting thing is not, I don't believe, is a usual Disney live streamer. I think it's a live streamer from some other scene that came in. He wasn't on YouTube. He's on a way more aggressive platform. And it's a really, really shitty thing that happened. Because even though I don't live stream in the park, there are a lot of people that do it. A lot of people that are respectful and careful. And then there's also a lot of people that just really abuse it. As you notice, I don't really live stream in the park anymore. I did it a lot around the pandemic. But then as the parks got busier and busier and full and more full, anytime I've done a live stream in the park, it's been me typically stationary, like in a bench or whatever, just going live and having a quick conversation. So I could see Disney potentially cracking down on live streaming. Now, filming in the park gets very, very different because being live is one thing and Disney can see who's live and they can shut you down. And in fact, when I know Disney watches the live streams backstage. I have proof of this. That's all I'll say. But filming in the park is way different because are they going to come up to you and be like, we just saw you use your phone to film your child on Dumbo. Can't do that. They technically cannot stop people from filming in the park unless they go into a no phone policy, which there is no way in hell Disney is ever going to make you black bag your phone. Right, Peter? There's no way that they're ever going to take everybody's phone. So they cannot stop people from filming in the park. Now, they might say big cameras can't come in. They might say social media cameras can't come in. But as far as stopping people filming in the park, that's impossible. What they can do, though, is they can realize that if you post things on social media, then they could ban you from filming in the park or ban you from being in the park. But what's the difference between me putting up a video and somebody posting on, Instagram, their kid going on a swing? So then you say that it's, well, you monetize your video. She didn't. Well, I could go to court and say, yeah, but Instagram monetizes everything around that video. So you're still putting it on a monetized platform. So I think that it gets really, really dicey when they get into filming. Good news is I've literally filmed the park from every single corner, and I have enough footage to make documentaries for years and years to come. Also, if Disney kicks everybody out of the park and says you can't do it, that's why I'm making an escape plan and trying to figure out how to do what I do in those parks elsewhere. If another theme park embraces the filming, they will get a boost in the sort of the fan equity that Disney has. And I ultimately think at the end of the day, Disney doesn't want the social media aspect to go away, because if you look at the trajectory of this golden renaissance of when the Disney parks really started to take off, because keep in mind, in the 90s, they were not doing that well. But there has been an explosion in the fandom and the money that these parks have been made. And that graph perfectly aligns with the graph of social media. The bigger social media gets, the bigger the parks get. And they're no dummies. They have big data and they know all of this. What I think would be in their best interest is to maybe be a little bit more aggressive on blocking certain individuals that abandon it. But as far as a park-wide ban on filming, I don't know how they could ever do that. Now, a ban on publishing could be different. But again, that's going to get into a very interesting spot. And, you know, there are so many people that have built so many audiences that have sold so much Disney to their audiences. It'd be interesting to see what would happen if a lot of those people went elsewhere and kind of turned on Disney and created sort of a culture war. So I think that they realize that we're either a partner or a necessary evil, depending on how you look at it. A lot of people in Disney hate people with cameras. Sometimes I get treated very, very shitty, and I get it. And then other people absolutely love us. And I will get stopped by a cast member who's just genuinely excited to meet me, talk to me, hang out with me. I always remember those folks, and I talk to them time and time again, and they become my buds. So it's a real sort of eye of the beholder. But here's one of the things that I find interesting about social media as somebody who does it professionally. Everybody's consuming it, or most people are. Most people, you can't even get their attention because they're just doom scrolling all the time. Yet, when you do it in public, people are like, look at this guy. Who do you think he is? I'm the person in your phone. How do you think it gets there? Somebody has to make it. So it's fascinating to me to see how many people are like so annoyed by it, but yet their kids are like, mommy, mommy, mommy. So social media has definitely created a very bizarre twist on things. But if you know me, you know that I try to do it with like the highest standard possible, not only in quality and storytelling and production, but as politeness and, you know, how I treat Disneyland, how I treat people. I'm the only face that you really see in my videos because of the camera equipment that I use. You know, my camera's heavy and it's expensive, but it does something that the other cameras don't. It keeps you out of my videos. And I've had people before be like, I don't like your channel. Everybody's faces are blurred behind you. I bet people wouldn't mind being in your video. Tell that to the guy that's at the park with his girlfriend. Tell that to the person that called in to work so they could take their kid to Disneyland because they needed that emotional day. Like, it's not my right to show that you were at the park that day. So I've spent a tremendous amount of money and energy to do it in the most polite way possible. So I would like to hope that I'm on the safer side of things and that the extra steps I take are seen and acknowledged. But then again, who knows? It could all fall apart tomorrow. That's why it's important for me to crack the code out of the Disney parks. So big topic, a lot of thoughts, big brain. Who knew? Jay Harris, I was going to say forget coffee. Gas is ridiculous, but forgot you're all electric. So cold brew flow. Hey, never been a better time to have an electric car. So yeah, those are my thoughts on that. Thank you, Judith. I appreciate that. Thank you, Jesse. I appreciate that. I'm curious if Disney will ever run a creator program that makes sure that they are aligned with the best practices. I mean, if they did do a creator program, I guarantee you guys like me and Fresh Bake wouldn't be on that list. When they pick the people that they collaborate with, they are not worried about the old white guy demo. So, and not that I mean, I shouldn't say Dave. I don't want to lump him in with me. But I always use David as an example of who's more dedicated to Disney than David. You know, like puts up 4, 5, 7 videos a week, has done it for better part of, I guess, a decade now. And, you know, David has sold a ton of tickets to Disneyland. He sold a lot of food. He sold a lot of merch. He sold a lot of experiences. And the fact that he's not on the media list just kind of, you know, like I always say I don't care to be on the media list. And it's easy to say that because I know there's no chance of being on there, because when I am at the park and I am covering something and I'm here and the media people are over there, they're a lot different than us. They're a lot younger. They're a lot more flamboyant. They're like, you know, really like, oh my God, this is the best cheeseburger I've ever had. Let me look at the cheese. Look at it. Guys, are you ready for the cheese pull? Look at the cheese pull. Oh my God. There's like Goofy and Max are in the cheese itself. And, you know, they don't want a guy who's like, whoa, dude, they just moved the construction wall 1 foot. Check it out. I'm not going to sell the popcorn bucket. Jay Harris says it's an interesting time for creators. It's an interesting time to see who gets invites and who doesn't. I mean, I think you're better not to get the invite, because when you don't get the invite, you can just keep it honest. And keeping it honest is really the best way to build a community. And like what you need more to do this job professionally is a community versus like connections. Like if Disney lets you go behind the rope and show some things, but all the content's just like fake and trash, that's only going to get you so far. Yes, speaking of David, he has just gone live, and I don't want to infringe on his 7 o'clock nightly ritual. So I do believe it's probably time that I say goodbye to you so folks can go over and watch David if that's what you do on your Thursdays at 7. Let me see here. I want to make sure that I didn't miss any of my super chatters. I want to say thanks to James Brown. I want to say thanks to Vance for becoming a park hopper. I want to thank Josh for becoming a park hopper. Appreciate you guys joining. Hidden Geek Village, thank you for your super chat. J.R. Sardone, thank you for being a Magic Brickey holder and a super chat. Let's see here. Bucket Foot Baseball, thank you for being a member and a super chatter. Jar Jar Bougie, welcome back to Cali. Much love, friend, not foe. Jar Jar, I missed it. Sorry about that, bud. I love the old friend, not foe. When back in the pandemic, when I'd be live on Twitch, somebody would come in and be like, prove yourself, friend or foe? And they'd be like, I just wanted to say I like Disneyland. I'm like, all right, he's a friend. Then somebody else would just say something wild. Get out of here. CKB, thank you so much. Jesse, thank you. OC Cheer Mommy, always good to see you. Thank you for being a member. Star Wars Mike, coffee on me. Appreciate you. Jesse Adventure. Oh, pin merch fun. Guys, you do not need to give me any money for my pin merch. I already bought them all. Jay Harris, Pixie Dust. Thank you so much. Friends, this was fun tonight. Talked a little bit behind the curtains. Talked a little bit about the mindset of the creator. Kind of gave you guys an indication of how I think things went, where they went, what I'm doing next. Just a little behind the scenes. Didn't really want to get into all the current events and stuff like that. Talked about live streaming. We did it. We shared it. We talked about it. Felt good. Ken Pace says, like the Buffalo series. Well done. Appreciate that. Like I said, I'm proud of the Buffalo videos. Proud of the Niagara Falls videos. We'll see where they go. It'll be a fun thing to look at in a couple of months to see if they found an audience. Star Wars Mike, good to see you all. Everybody have fun. David's live over on Fresh Bake. If you go over there, give him a hey Brickey, confuse him. Just tell David if you go over there, like, hey man, Brickey bought all your pins. Pin video goes up tomorrow. Saturday, you'll either find me here on the main channel if I can pull it off, but I have to delay my video for Saturday because I'm going to Walt Disney's house.
Oh, boy.
Yes, Chris, that is exciting that I'm going to Walt's house. All right, everybody, have fun. Good day. Where's the end button?